What's up, guys? It's Jimmy from TV Game Boys here, doing another one of our fantastic little review series videos with some Happy Wheels gameplay. I hope you guys enjoy this review as much as I enjoy reading it, because I do find this review really funny. This is like my third or fourth take trying to read it without laughing. So let me real quick tell you guys, he's given the item, it's a golden snitch from the Harry Potter movies. He gave it 5 stars for durability, 3 for fun, 2 for educational, and 3 overall. So we'll just break this down and we'll see why I find that so entertaining that he gave it 3 stars overall after you read this review. So let's get started. I purchased this item with the hopes of playing some Quidditch. The game looks so great in the movies that I simply had to play it myself. I bought some brooms, 1 red dodgeball to serve as a quaffle, and 2 oversized softballs in the place of bludgers. Then I loaded up my 1974 Chevy El Camino and drove to the playground. Despite the now this word I don't know what it is, ubiquitous nature of the Harry Potter series, none of the kids wanted to play with me. Maybe I picked the one playground in America where children don't know what Quidditch is. But all the kids I approached backed away from me and claimed not to know what I was talking about. Has it really been too long? Has America forgotten about Harry Potter? I was disappointed, but that didn't stop me from playing Quidditch. I tossed the golden snitch into the air and jumped on my broom. I'm not an idiot. I know that brooms don't actually fly, but for a moment I thought I could actually see the snitch flutter to life. At last it crashed into the mud like all my dreams. The wings don't even really flap, not like the one the movies do anyway. I played out there for a little over an hour until someone had the audacity to call the police. Apparently a 30-something-year-old man in a trench coat rolling around in the mud at the playground is something to be feared. Perhaps I should have shaved off my beard and worn pants. That said, for the price I paid, it's a pretty good deal. One word of caution, folks, this is an oversized snitch and it does not fit in your mouth like the one in the movies. Trust me on this one, folks. So, let's break this down. So, first off, he starts by saying, I purchased this item with the hopes of playing some Quidditch. Now, for those of you that don't know, Quidditch is a fictional game in the Harry Potter movies where you fly around on brooms and throw balls and catch the golden snitch. It's not a real game, guys. Second of all, the game looks so great in the movies that I simply had to play it myself. I bought some brooms, 1 red dodgeball to serve as a quaffle, and 2 oversized softballs in the place of bludgers. Now, I don't know about you guys, but what is he planning on if you've ever seen the game in the movies, you're like 400 feet in the air, like on a broom, and throwing the balls to like giant wooden, did he get like basketball hoops? I don't know, but if that's all the equipment he got, he really doesn't have what it takes to play the game. I don't know. I loaded up my 1974 Chevy El Camino and drove to the playground. Alright, little red flag coming up. Kind of concerned now. Despite the near ubiquitous nature of the Harry Potter series, none of the kids wanted to play with me. Maybe I picked the one playground in America where the children had no idea what Quidditch is. But all of the kids I approached backed away from me and claimed not to know what I was talking about. Has it really been too long? Has America forgotten about Harry Potter? This part really gets to me because he goes to a playground to play Quidditch with children. Well, I'm not surprised the kids didn't want to play with you with all the stranger danger talk. And you, in my opinion, sir, you sound like kind of a maniac. So I don't blame the children for not wanting to play with you. And I don't think they not know what Quidditch is. I think they know exactly what it is, but feel that a older man who believes that it's possible to play is crazy. So that's that. I was disappointed, but that did not stop me from playing Quidditch. I tossed the golden snitch in the air and jumped on my broom. I'm not an idiot. That right there, sir, you really need to seek some psychological help, because if you don't know you're an idiot, you can never get the help you need. Going on. I know that brooms don't actually fly, but for a moment I thought I could actually see the snitch flutter to life. Alas, it crashed into the mud like all of my dreams. The wings don't even really flap, not like they do in the movies anyway. I played out there for a little over an hour. So you mean to tell me that you, for 1 solid hour, threw a golden snitch in the air and rolled around in the mud at a playground? Sir, seriously, seek some help. Then someone had the audacity to call the police. Well, I'm sure they did. I don't understand why they wouldn't call the police. That's just... I would have called the police when I first saw you walking towards the playground. Apparently, a 30-something-year-old man in a trench coat rolling around in the mud at the playground is something to be feared. Now, the fact that you thought that it required audacity to call the police because of that, you're seriously messed up. You were rolling around in the mud in a trench coat at the age of 30 at a playground. That is definitely something to be feared, sir. I'd seek some help, because that's just scary. Perhaps I should have shaved off my beard and worn pants. Yeah, that's a pretty good idea. I'd do that. That said, for the price I paid, it's a pretty good deal. I'm not saying it. One word of caution, this is an oversized snitch. It does not fit in your mouth like the one in the movies. Trust me on this one, folks. Wow. That's a little scary. You put this snitch in your... I don't even know, sir. Sir, you've really, really got me wondering what you could possibly have been doing with the snitch to know that it doesn't fit in your mouth. I mean, you're obviously putting it in your mouth in some way, shape, or form, but I don't know why. I don't have an answer to that question. You're a grown man rolling around. Seek some help, dude. Really seek some help. That's kind of scary. So guys, if you liked the video, please click like down below and make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. Please leave a comment if you like this kind of stuff, and I'll hope to see you next time. Bye-bye.